Welcome, everybody. This is Gabriel Marguglio, and today we are in one of our HubSpot user group events as part of our From SEO to AEO webinar series. Today, we're going to talk about AI tools every HubSpot marketer should master. We'll touch into other types of tools, but we'll focus mainly on marketing today. And again, this is our From SEO to AEO series, so we'll talk about a lot of these things together. Please make sure everybody is on mute today and as we connect. And I'll start the presentation right now. As I said, please tell us in the chat where you're coming from. Hi, guys. Thank you again from connecting. San Francisco, Maryland, the UK, Pennsylvania. So good stuff, good stuff. Keep telling us where you're connecting from. And if you have any questions, we have a question of the day. What is your biggest gap right now when we're talking about SEO to AEO? If you want to put that in the chat so I can answer as many of your questions. We'll have time for questions at the end, but throughout the presentation, please let me know if you have any questions. But if you have any gaps, anything you're trying but it's not working, you've done it, but you can't refine it, please let us know, and I want to make sure that I answer that today for you. Again, my name is Gabriel Marguglio. I'm the CEO and founder of Nextiny Marketing. We are a platinum HubSpot solution partner, and we specialize in HubSpot. We do everything HubSpot: marketing, sales, customer service, and websites. We only build websites in the HubSpot platform. The other thing, we've been for the 24 years an SEO agency, which now serves us amazingly for us and our clients, because now it's all about answer engine optimization. And that's where this series comes from. The past 2-3 years, we've been working on how to transition from SEO to AEO. And today we're going to talk about the tools that you can use to do that in HubSpot and some other tools too. Craig, you said the gap, resolving how to make the most out of AEO without AI totally stealing or at least failing to credit our IP. Yeah, IP is a whole thing. We can talk a little bit about it. But we've been telling people to write courageous content out there and put themselves out there as much as possible. We're in the middle of processes of bringing even databases out of the darkness of their dungeon. So they're out there so AI can gain visibility, because AEO is going to be very important for all of us. So we'll touch a little bit on that. But yeah, don't put your IP out there. Maybe that is the one thing you don't put out there, but we can talk more about it. Just so you know, and I have some links here. I'll send you my LinkedIn, our website. We have an SEO audit and an SEO guide. I just share the links there. So this is a full-on guide that takes you from the beginning to the end, what you need to do from SEO to AEO. And in a 90-day plan, it includes a 90-day plan on how to fix everything you need to fix and create a loop engine, content loop engine that will help you through that. So that's one downloadable we would definitely recommend. And we also have an SEO package, an SEO AEO audit package at special now that I share the link if you guys are interested. I won't bore you with that. The other thing that I would recommend is checking out our HubSpot Academy bootcamp. I just revamped the whole presentation. This is a 6-week bootcamp that actually starts next week. I think there's still the ability to register for it, and I just put the link in there. The bootcamp is all about using video to fuel loop marketing, sales, and service. So this is very important nowadays. We'll talk a little bit about that today and how you can create those loops. But this is a 6-week bootcamp that focuses a lot on the transition from SEO to AEO and how video fuels all of that. So make sure you check it out. So then the other thing I want to share is we have 4 events already scheduled. I'm going to put them here. Doing all the links in the beginning so you don't get bored later. These are the next 4 events we have for this SEO to AEO series. How AI is rewriting the entire buyer's journey. So we're going to talk about not just discovery, That's March 11th. March 25th is how I to the AI content trap and how to avoid it, which is how to stop creating content with AI that then becomes AI, and then it's not your content, it's not human content, it's not real content. So we'll talk about that. How to build scalable AI content engine loops, and how to run your own AEO audit. These are the next 4 events. I totally recommend you check them out. The agenda today is, first of all, we're going to talk about what's changing, how AI is redefining client acquisition. I'll do a quick recap of all the events we've had in the past months, so everybody's up to date. We'll talk about HubSpot latest tools, and then we'll talk about HubSpot AI tools for SEO and AEO. And this includes some of the updates from HubSpot tools, but also some of the methodologies we talk about on how to create this. So just to give everybody the ability to be on the same page with the transition from SEO to AEO, search isn't links anymore. It's answers. AI overviews, ChatGPT, Perplexity, other tools are now part of discovery, but they're not changing discovery. They're changing discovery and the rest of the buyer journey we'll talk about in a second. So how do we stay visible in this world? Well, 60% of Google searches end up in 0 clicks. 70% of B2B buyers complete their decision journey before contacting sales. So those are things that have been happening before AI. Now this makes it harder. Now, Google's still 210 times bigger than ChatGPT in search. So don't worry about it. Don't freak out. Still do SEO, still optimize for Google. Google is becoming more AEO than ever now, with all the AI they do, the AI mode and the AI feature. But the good news is that we've seen that leads that come from AI have a 3 times higher conversion possibility. So they are higher quality leads. And you can see it in this graphic that that I'm sharing right here. You can see in this account, this is a HubSpot screenshot, 4,000 visits from Google organic, 42 leads, close 1 client. At the same time, 90 visits from AI referrals, 2 new leads, 1 client. So just think about this and think about the impact of having a new source of leads that has higher quality leads coming in that turn into clients at a higher rate. This is what we're trying to capture here. So this means SEO is not dead. Whomever is saying that SEO is dead, as they've been saying it for years, as this graphic shows. It's funny. This is an inside joke we have among SEO and AEO people. It's funny to see how we have been declaring SEO dead for years now, and it is definitely not dead. Lazy SEO is dead and has been dead for a while. Now it's all about answer and engine optimization, which is optimizing for Google and AI models. And by the way, Google is another AI model too, so don't forget that. The other thing that's very, very important to understand is that AI didn't change just discovery. It's not just changing how Google allowed people to be founded or companies to be founded or solutions to be founded. It's changing the way people buy, make decisions, compare you, validate you, and make the decision before signing that contract on the last second. They're going to have conversations with AI to see if there's solutions that are better than you, that are cheaper than you, or whatever it is that they need to do to validate that this is the right decision. So you need to try to control that narrative as much as possible. And if you don't create new content, because I see the jokes online. It's like, oh, now we need AEO. We need to create more content. Yeah, that's the marketing joke. But if you don't create more content, AI will go and find it in places you don't want it to find it. First of all, it could be your competitors talking about you. It could be your clients talking about you in a way that you don't want them to talk about you. But it could also be a video from 11 years ago. And this is something that came out of one of our audits. We were auditing a huge company, and what you see in the back that's all blurry. It's one of the big spreadsheets that we put together on our audits, where we check on different models, how the company is growing and how it's showing up on AI. Long story short, one of the sources was a video from 11 years ago from a webinar that company created. This is important to understand. If you don't create human content, real content, helpful content that is creating that loop for your clients, your ideal clients, your audience, AI will find the content somewhere else. So make sure you control the narrative as much as possible. So now let's talk about the AI tools that we can use to accelerate all these processes. Any questions so far? I'm going to let people take a breather. I'll take a little sip here. Any questions about these changes? Anybody doesn't agree? Anybody has seen anything differently? Are you struggling through these changes? Anything I can help you with? Please put it in the chat, and I'll try to answer as much as possible today. So let's talk about HubSpot and how HubSpot is solving for these changes. AI is now embedded across the entire HubSpot platform. I haven't seen an update like this one in, I would say, a decade. Yes, we have seen new hubs. We have seen new features. This is a full platform infrastructure shift. And if you're using HubSpot, this is, again, a HubSpot user group, so we're going to talk about HubSpot a lot. But if you're using HubSpot and you're not checking these new tools, you're definitely not using HubSpot to the fullest, like we've seen with a lot of our clients. They come to us because they're not using HubSpot to the fullest. That's one of the things we help them with. And a lot of the features, a lot of the AI technology added to not just features, but part of the infrastructure can change the way you do things every day. And that's what I want to try to help you today with. So if we're talking about the loop, we're talking about express, tailor, amplify, and evolve. There are tools among the whole infrastructure and platform that can help you with this. Expressing, creating your ideal customer profile, crafting your style guide, generating campaign content and concepts. You can do research internally. I'll show you some of the things you can do with Breeze to find the gap, to find the best questions from your ideal clients today. Very, very powerful tools. Tailor, how to enrich your data. You can enrich your data for free in a lot of your accounts. You can use credits also with HubSpot and enrich even more using some of the new agents. You can build audience segments with AI models. You can make your content personal. You can personalize the content even more. And definitely you can ensure human quality checks on all these efforts. I know some people are still wary of agents and things like that. We're not going to go full agent today. I'm not going to talk about almost nothing about agents. I'm going to talk about tools you as a human can use every day inside HubSpot to accelerate what you need to do to create these content loops to be better for Google and AI visibility. I'm excited. You're excited. So right. So amplifying, building your content strategy, optimizing your channel mix, extracting more formats out of the value of your content. I'll show you Content Remix, beautiful tool and how it works. Activating targeted ads and creator, using AI to scale content creation. Of course, the same way you've been doing it with ChatGPT, you can do it inside HubSpot without any differences. Remember, HubSpot uses multiple models. It uses OpenAI, Gemini, and Perplexity to take content from them and to take strategy from them. So, and Claude, yes, Claude. Perplexity is the AEO grader uses Perplexity. Yes. So by using multiple models, you even get better content sometimes and better results because they're analyzing and getting answers from multiple models at the same time. And then you can optimize your channels for conversions. And then evolving, you can do predictive. You can predict before you publish. You can predict. You can gain visibility and gain insights from your leads, your CRM. You can learn and monitor things in real time. You can run experiments very quickly. The loop is all about doing what you were doing with inbound, which was a lot more than traditional inbound from 10 years ago. I have a whole article about that. I'm going to share it right here, how the loop and inbound marketing changed and the difference between the loop and inbound marketing. I'll share it in a minute. But what you need to understand is inbound marketing is not that either. We're doing the same thing. We're doing the ask you answer. We're doing story brand. We're doing inbound marketing. The loop is just the ability to use these tools, AI layers, to accelerate these aspects of these campaigns and be able to run the loops yourself. I'm the CEO of Nextiny. I used to need my whole team to run a campaign, to create a webinar series, to create the slides, to create the content for it, to then create blog articles and clips and social media. I'm running all of these things by myself just to prove to everybody that this is doable. I've been doing it for a year now, and now we can see the results. And that's exactly what we're teaching in these webinars, how you, one person, can run a lot of these things. Imagine if you run it as a team. Imagine if you have an agency that can run these things for you with you. You can dedicate yourself to running webinars and running events and taking care of your clients and engaging in a human way with your clients. And an agency can take care of everything else. There's a lot of things you can do with AI to accelerate your loops. So at the end of the day, AI supercharges SEO and AEO. You can take one webinar, just as I was saying, like this one, and then create more than 20 assets. In 45-minute, a 45-minute webinar becomes an entire content loop. You can create blogs. You can take the meta descriptions with HubSpot AI. You can do the title suggestions. Like you can do content remix. We'll talk about that in a second. You can do topic ideation. You can even ask briefs what questions people are asking. Real people in your CRM that have been talking to your salespeople from the notes from their meetings can become your ideation for your marketing content, for your webinars. That is how you use a CRM with an AI layer that can read everything, understand, and give you the content and the context, and much more. So what we recommend is creating these loops with webinars, video series, or podcast series. And webinars, in my opinion, are the easiest way to do it. You run webinars like this ones. You talk about what you know. You talk about what you're doing. You talk about what your ideal clients are asking you on sales meetings, on customer service, tickets, wherever you can get the information of your ideal clients, what they want, and you can create webinars with your internal team, with your internal clients, public webinars. You can run video series. You can do podcasts, and then feed AI with the slides, the transcripts, and whatever context you have, maybe other articles and things like that. And you can do this with ChatGPT. You don't need HubSpot with this, but HubSpot can do all of this for you too. And that's what this webinar is about. You can create blog posts out of it. You can create social posts and FAQ sections for your website pages. And you can create email nurturing campaigns. You can create sales enablement summaries and resources for your sales team, and create pillar page content directly from a webinar. And I'm going to share here some of the articles, and let's put people on mute. Thank you very much. So I'll share a couple of articles right here that you can see. First, I'm going to share my recordings up here. And then the other thing I want to share is a couple of articles that we have put together here. There you go. For example, this one is the loop marketing versus inbound marketing article. This comes directly from one of these sessions. The new I'll share a couple more in a second, but that one is a good example of an article that came directly from one of these webinars that became part of these loops. And this is the prompt that we use. So if you look at this prompt, I'm telling ChatGPT, this is a ChatGPT prompt. So you understand how I used to do it. Now we use HubSpot to run all these loops internally. You can tell ChatGPT or HubSpot, I want human flow, I want SEO optimization, I want AI optimization, editorial polish. The link is giving, oh, that's an event. I share the wrong thing, guys. Let's make sure that we keep the momentum here. And I'm going to share the article. Thank you for letting me know that was a 404. I'm going to share a link to our latest blogs and with AEO. and that will give you all the links you need right here. That's the topic. I'll put it right here on the chat. Thank you, Christopher. Sorry about that. If you look, if you click on that link, I'll show you the last 4 or 5 blogs are all coming from our webinars using this this prompt. Is optimized for human flow, SEO, AI, editorial polish, and I want the final output to be the whole blog. I want the FAQ. I want the schema from the FAQ, all of these things together. So the article is optimized for everything. Now you can do this internally inside HubSpot. You can use HubSpot video. And when you upload a video inside HubSpot video, not only you'll be able to see who watched the video, which leads are watching the video, you can create segmentation from video watches and things like that. The same way we've been doing with Wistia for the longest time. But also you can not only do this, but then create a blog out of it and create, take the transcript out of it and turn this into an article and take this into an email campaign. This is using the Remix tool. The Remix tool, you say, I want to create, as you saw in this one, I want to create a video clip. I want to create 2 blog posts. I want to create images. And HubSpot takes the content and the transcript of your video and creates all these different assets directly inside HubSpot that you can just then use for social media posts, as a blog, as an email, and you can do all of this inside HubSpot nowadays. Now, yes, we've been using Wistia as an amazing video platform that we use for advanced video marketing and AEO, and Wistia does transcripts and clips and all these different things, and also Wistia has an incredible integration with HubSpot. So if you want to do this in Wistia, if you're using Wistia like we use for a lot of our clients, Wistia has the power to do a lot of these things. But if you don't have Wistia yet, you can do a lot of these things directly in HubSpot with the new AI tools. Sonia, is this available to all HubSpot licenses, or will it need to upgrade to these features? I know a lot of these features are part of Marketing Pro or Content Pro. But you will have a lot of these features, basic features like Breeze is available for a lot of the starter packages. Check what you have. And if you go into, for example, the videos section, some of the features are going to be, you can upload some of them, but then some of the features are going to be on the Pro license. So check with your HubSpot rep. And of course, Sonia, if you connect with us, I can help you figure it out. I'm going to leave my email here, Gabriel@nextiny.com. I'll be more than happy to schedule a meeting and we can talk about it and guide you to see which package is the most important, or which one can help you, or if you don't need to upgrade the package and just use certain of the features. A lot of the features that I'm talking about today are part of the new layer of AI that HubSpot added. So you might be, sometimes people are in, grandfather packages that may not have the AI features. So these are some of the things that we can check. But the Remix is part of Pro for sure. As I was saying, Wistia is a very similar kind of tool that allows you to do a lot of these things, and we use Wistia a lot. But now HubSpot allows you to do the Remix internally. The other thing you can do now, we've been recommending using Descript as an amazing AI tool for video editing and video enhancing for the longest time. Now this is embedded into HubSpot too. HubSpot has an integration with Descript that's part of the video platform. So if you go to HubSpot videos internally, now you can say edit with Descript, and Descript allows you to edit directly on the text. So the first thing that Descript does is to transcript your video and give you a full transcript. And then you can just select parts of the text, erase them, and it'll edit the video to remove the parts that you're removing or moving around. You can even create the voice with AI and then write a script, and it'll create a voice from the script that you're putting inside the video. Very, very powerful AI for video and sound editing. The other thing they have is they have Sound Studio, which is a feature that allows you to turn any video with very, very low quality sound into a high quality studio sound. That's why it's called Studio Sound. or Sound Studio. And it's just one click, and then you decide how much you want to use it. And it fixes the audio incredibly. It removes the at the back. It makes your voice like you were recording in a very high quality microphone. Very, very powerful stuff. Um, the other thing I want to talk about is when you use video to create all these different things, you want to make sure that the video is also recognized by AI and Google as a piece of content on your website. So when you're embedding YouTube videos, YouTube does not put the schema that you need for YouTube for the video object schema, which is the piece of code in the background of your website that says, this is a video, this is the title, this is the transcript, this is the description. All those things are not happening on your website because YouTube doesn't care about schema on your website. All the schema is on the YouTube page. That's why when you search for videos, you always go to YouTube. You don't go where the video is embedded on a website. They don't want you to go there. They want you to go use YouTube. So you have to think about what if you're going to use YouTube to embed videos on your website, then make sure you add the schema separately. And I'll show you how to create it in a second. But other than that, if you use HubSpot video, HubSpot adds the schema automatically. If you use Wistia for video, Wistia adds the schema automatically. So these advanced video hosting and analytics tools allow you to do all of this without having to think about, oh, there's code that I need to add on the back to make sure that AI understands this is a video that they need to watch, they need to read, they need to read the transcript and quote. And videos are being used by AI to be cited constantly. It's one of the fastest growing pieces of content that are growing in AI. LinkedIn as a platform with video is incredible. Reddit, of course, is growing, but we are seeing a LinkedIn post structure as a question and an answer, which is exactly what AI wants, with a video has a high probability of showing up on AI very quickly. We're testing these things, and my posts are coming up on first page of Google as the LinkedIn on the AI source, coming up on Perplexity and ChatGPT and Claude, et cetera, et cetera. So definitely, if you do it right, and you spread out real content, again, that's why a webinar works. Real content helping humans helping humans that are asking questions. All of these pieces of content become amazing pillar blogs that have an FAQ section that have a video, and these are highly ranked by Google and AI. Now, how do we create the schema if you don't have it? Well, you can say to ChatGPT, you can just go to ChatGPT or any AI and say, this is a video, create a schema object for this video, and then you go paste it. You copy paste it in the head of your blog or your website page in HubSpot or WordPress or whatever you have to make sure that that object is there. In this example, I'm also giving the example of an FAQ section. If you're going to put an FAQ section on your blog, on your website pages, which is very highly recommended for AEO, you want to create the schema for that. You want the schema to have exactly the same text. So you go to ChatGPT and you say, write the schema for this FAQ section using exactly the same text. You can create schema with ChatGPT very easily. You don't need a programmer. You don't need anybody. You can just copy paste it in the back. Now, make sure the content is exactly the same as in the FAQ and it's linking to the right places and stuff like that. Always verify when you bring things from AI. And schema could be verified also. You can go to the rich text. You can go to Google and Google verify schema, and the rich text tool will show up first. Click on that, put your URL, and Google will tell you if the schema is correct for that page. By the way, we have a whole article about schema on our website. I'll share the link right here, right now. So if you want to dig deeper into the schema rabbit hole, it's right there. Definitely recommend checking that one out because it's all about what you need to do in order to make sure that your website not only looks good, but it also has the right code in the background so AI can highly rank it. So I know there was a, um, um, a comment that said, nice, I like humans helping humans. Hey, it's not going to be the people using AI the most winning in 2026, 7, 8, 9, or 2030. It's going to be the people that are more human, that do more of this. I help you as much as possible. You help others. We are helping each other. And the more we do that, the more we can create amazing content that showcases that we are the authority, that we are helping people, that we are helping companies grow. In your case, it could be a product, it could be a service, it could be anything. Go run a webinar. You don't have an audience, it doesn't matter. Go run a webinar with your clients, run a webinar with your employees. Just invite your family. It doesn't matter. Run the webinar. Take that transcript and turn it into 20 pieces of content that put you up there in AI, showing that you are actually doing it. And the video is as important as all the other content that you will create around it, because the video showcases to AI that you are real, that you are a human being doing these things and not some fake AI creating things on the background. So just make sure, make it real, keep it real, and you'll be winning with AI. So let's talk about other HubSpot amazing tools that can be used for the transition from SEO to AEO. The HubSpot AEO Grader is one of my favorite tools nowadays, and now is also embedded into your HubSpot accounts. If you go to the SEO strategy tool, now it's called AEO strategy, and the AEO strategy tool actually has the ability to run the AEO Grader inside HubSpot with multiple entities. You can run a lot of different things. I'm sharing the HubSpot AEO Grader link right here. What you do is you don't put your URL, and this is on purpose, because at the end of the day, you're not grading your website like you used to do with Website Grader, right? You're grading your entities, the name of your company, the name of your location, the name of your services, right? The name of your industry. These are your entities. And when you're doing answer engine optimization, yes, keywords are still important. SEO is important in general, but entities is what's important. What's the difference between a keyword and an entity? Very quickly, Apple is a keyword. Apple, the company that does iPhones, is an entity. Apple, the fruit, is a different entity. Context is the difference between a keyword and an entity. Entities are very important. That's why when you run an AEO grader, you want to run it with your different entities, and you want to start tracking those entities to make sure how you're growing. An entity for me would be, we are a HubSpot agency, but we're also doing AEO and we are doing webinars. So a question that someone would ask is, are webinars good for AEO? And if you go ask that question to Google, you'll see we show up with our LinkedIn posts, our YouTube videos. That's what we're trying to teach you here. Well, that is why you need to understand the connection between these entities and create content around them to make sure that you show up when AI is trying to make sense of the connection between these things and cite you, because you're the most probable human answer to that question. The same way Google was trying to do the same thing with results in the past. Now, like I said, the AEO strategy tool inside HubSpot does the same thing, but more powerful. So go try it. And now you have the AI referrals inside your source tool. So when you're running reports and dashboards, now you have AI referrals. One of the things I literally just run this morning, we had a great example, like I showed you before, with 90 visits, 2 leads, and 1 client. We've been analyzing every single one of our clients, and they're getting super high conversion rates. 90 visits, 4 leads, 20 visits, 3 leads. Like that's 14%, 10%, 20%, 5% conversion rate compared to 0.5% or 1% or 2% where we're doing a great job from Google or ads. We're seeing incredible conversion rates coming from AI sources for leads. And we're seeing the clients coming in, which is the most exciting stuff. Any questions, guys? Again, I don't want to be, I know this is a little bit of a monologue here, but I want you to ask the questions and I want to go through them with you. The next thing I want to talk about is Breeze and the AI Copilot and inside HubSpot is amazing. If you're a partner, you have a partner assistant, which is amazing. And also as a client, you have Breeze internally. You can ask very cool questions. You think about this. Breeze or the Copilot or the assistant, however you want to call it, inside HubSpot, works the same way as ChatGPT, but it has all the data of your CRM. So if you're using your CRM correctly, if you're using HubSpot marketing for marketing, sales, and service, all that context, all those conversations, all those tickets, all those blogs and website pages and knowledge-based articles and chatbot conversations and sales meeting recording and Zoom transcripts. Like we use Avoma, which is an incredible AI tool that integrates into HubSpot, and it creates the transcript and notes from every transcript, from every meeting. And those Avoma recordings are all going into HubSpot. Therefore, that is part of my AI feeding. I'm feeding the AI with all that information, which allows me to go to Breeze and say, show me from clients that closed in the last 6 months, what were the top 10 questions they all asked. I don't need to go to my salespeople like I used to. I used to say, go to your salespeople, go to your customer service people, ask them these questions. What are the top 10 questions our leads are asking every day? And the salespeople were like, I don't know, this and that. Of course, who can trust a salesperson? I'm a salesperson, by the way. Who can trust a salesperson when you're wasting their time and they're not being able to close their deals and you're there bothering them as a marketer, asking them dumb questions about questions that people ask? You don't need to ask your salespeople anymore. You can go to Breeze and say, tell me which questions people ask when they're in the last step of the process, before signing a contract, on the first meeting, and Breeze will go and tell you. I think one of the examples right here is that one. Is like, I can extract real buy questions and key pains, blah, blah, blah. And literally it gave me different types of questions about different things. It was like, when people are asking about a website design, these are the questions. When people are asking about HubSpot, when people are asking about content creation, when people are asking about SEO and AEO, these are the questions they have. This is very, very powerful stuff. This not only helps you train your sales team to do better, create content for your sales team to close at a higher rate their leads, but this is fuel for your marketing strategy. Every single one of those questions need to be a video, needs to be a blog. There needs to be a social post. Go create, take those questions, take the answer. You have the answer right there too. Create social posts, Q&A, Q&A, Q&A. Create videos about them. Go train your team so everybody knows how to answer these questions. This is very, very powerful stuff. And of course, you can create emails and blogs and a lot of things like I was showing you with the Remix tool. Email drafting is getting better and better. And also, there's some pretty cool advancements. I don't want to talk a lot about. I actually try to avoid talking about agents because agents is something that is growing and is getting much, much, much better, and we're having pretty cool results with it, especially when you take notes like the agents that do the research for you as a salesperson or a marketer. They can go and do a full research on a lead and give you a full report from all the meetings and all the interactions. Those are really cool. Agents are growing incredibly, but I don't want you to come out of this workshop saying, oh, I need to go and replace humans with agents. No, do more human stuff. Use AI to accelerate. And as agents continue to get better, start testing them, start using them, and see where it's better to use an agent than using a human to save you a bunch of time. But without removing the human aspect. If you can take one thing about this AI-driven world and AI-driven webinar today, is that you should be more human. Your salespeople should be more human. Your marketers should be more human. Your business should be more human. Using AI at every moment to save time in the things that we don't need to waste our time with, but be more human. Any questions, guys? And of course, I have some takeaways here. AI is embedded across the entire HubSpot platform. It's not optional anymore. You're going to be using it even if you don't notice sometimes. AI accelerates SEO and AEO execution. Clarity plus structure wins visibility. Reporting AI turns data into decisions. We didn't get too much into this, but you can ask Breeze, hey, show me AI referral views and tell me which ones close into whatever. And you can ask, like you talk to ChatGPT, you can ask Copilot and Breeze about your reporting, and it'll give you the data in format, in text format, but also create graphics for you that you can't find somewhere else. So amazing stuff. You can create dashboards. And if you go to a dashboard, it actually explains itself at the top. It has an AI explanation saying, it looks like visits are going up and your leads are growing. Like it's amazing to see how AI is facilitating things for you to be able to get more value out of the tool because the data is there and AI can extrapolate it and extract it for you and make your life easier on a daily basis. AI referrals are a new measurable channel. So treat them like organic search in 2012, right? Like treat them like what you used to treat Google 10, 15 years ago. The future isn't AI versus human. It's AI powered humans, and be more human as much as you can. And that's it. Please rate. I'm going to share some more resources in a second, but rate our session today. Make sure you let me know if there's anything we can do to make these better. Tell us from 1 to 10 how we did. I'm going to share the links for the events again, so you guys have the links right here. I'm going to share my links again too, in case you want to connect with us at all. So there's 11, 10.5. You guys are awesome. I love it. I need more audiences like you guys. This is amazing. This is all the recordings from all the sessions that I've done in the past 6 months are there. And let me share the events, the next 4 events we have. So everybody has the links, and I do it right here. Again, we have these next 4 events. I just share the links. Make sure you register. We are here to help. I'm going to leave my email again here. If you want to schedule a call with me, more than happy to help. Again, we have the AEO guide that I just shared the link to. If you want to download it, that tells you pretty much everything we've learned in the last 6-7 months on our shift from SEO to AEO. And then again, if you are lost and you want to get things done and you don't know where to start and you don't know if your website is ready for this and you think that, maybe some clarity will help, here's the SEO to AEO audit and optimization package. This has been transformational for a lot of our new clients, and we're doing it for all of our current clients too. We're going in and we're doing a full audit, and we find that 11-year-old video was found in one of those audits. It has been an incredible way to start this journey. So let me know if I can help in any way. Any questions, guys? Thank you for the feedback. Thank you for saying that you appreciate this and giving us high rankings. This is awesome. If you want to come off mute, I'm here for the next 15 minutes. I want to make sure I answer everybody's question. If you want to put it in the chat, I want to thank everybody for connecting today. And if I can share anything else to help you or any resources, please let me know. Connect with me on LinkedIn. Let's stay in touch, and let's help each other as much as possible. Let's be humans helping humans. That's the goal. Any questions, guys? And I'm gonna cancel the sharing here. Let's stop the share. So thank you very much. It was very informative. Going to Dash. Thank you so much. No problem. Anything else, guys? I know you have everybody has something to do today, but anybody has any questions? All right, guys. Thank you for joining. Thank you for letting us know. Make sure you register for those next events. And if you want to connect with me, I'll leave the LinkedIn link here too. I already left my email connect as much as you can. I'm always happy to connect and help everybody. If I can help you, I'll guide you. I'll send you somewhere else. I'll refer someone else that can help you. So anything I can do to help, please let me know. All right, everybody. I'll stay right here for a couple more minutes, unless you're all bots and you're playing tricks on me. If you have any questions, let me know right here. You look like human beings. I see some Juans and Rinas and Rons and Zos. It could be all your bots that are called Juans and Rinas. But I think I see some unity. Alicia, you're a human being. So do you guys have any questions? It's glad to see, Ron. I'm glad that you're a human being. LOL. I don't think an AI would have answered LOL to my joke. So thank you very much for doing that. Exactly. Any questions, guys? I'll stay again a couple more minutes until all the real humans are disconnected, or I'll disconnect them myself. So again, follow us, register for the next event. Let me know if I can help in any way. And good luck on your transition from SEO to AEO. Take care, guys. Oh, there you go. What is the main shift from SEO strategy into AEO strategy? The main shift, I would say, you're not moving from one thing to the other one. You're putting it on top. You're still doing SEO. You're still doing your title tags, meta descriptions, 404s, local SEO, creating helpful content. Schema is not a new thing. Schema is just SEO, but we're taking care of it even more because AI loves schema, loves structured data. But this comes from EAT from Google, right? Like at the end of the day, Google was already expecting you to structure data for them. The more you structure data, the easier it was for Google to pick it up. So if you were doing that for Google, for SEO, then you're ready for AI too. Now, what I think is changing dramatically is the speed with which you need to create valuable pillar content, the ability for you to spread it everywhere, not just creating a blog and forgetting about it like you used to 10 years ago, and putting it on YouTube, on a video, on a blog, on social media. Like that is not only recommended, it is critical for you to do. But the most important shift, I would say, is you can't fake it anymore. You know, people creating blogs with AI, posting them with AI. Yeah, you might show up on Google or ChatGPT for a while. I'm going to tell you, you have to be human. You have to be the most human you've ever been. That is the number one shift: is be more human more often. So then you can create all the content that comes from that, which ultimately it should have been what we've all been doing for the longest time for SEO on Google. And the more human you were before, the better your SEO was anyways. Creating content that had nothing to do with your ideal clients or was not helpful wasn't the way to show up on Google. This is the same thing with AI. But AEO stands for Answer Engine Optimization. And some people call it GEO, global, whatever, or, I don't even remember what the G was. But it could be SEO. It could be SAI, SEO. I'm gonna write them down right here. It could be SEO, AI, SEO, AEO, which is Answer Engine Optimization, GEO, and then there's a bunch of other ones. So we decided to stick with AEO, which is the one that HubSpot decided to stick with last year because it's the one that represents Answer Engine Optimization instead of Search Engine Optimization. You could say you could say that LLMs, ChatGPT, Perplexity, Claude, these are also search engines. They are, but they're not really. They're answer engines. So answer engine optimization is optimizing for AI to be able to answer, to create an answer. And that's why also FAQs are important. Writing your content in conversational, ways is important because questions and answers are important. I'll share another blog right here that we wrote about that. Let me share it right here. That tells you more how to structure blogs in a way that helps with SEO and AEO. But the shift is be more human, create content around that, but optimize it so AI can actually understand it. Therefore, be the best version of SEO that you can make. Schema, helpful content, Q&As, FAQs, video, and then post it everywhere. LinkedIn, YouTube, your blog, a webinar, platform, Reddit. Make sure that you are where your audience are, but also you are posting where AI is looking. LinkedIn and Reddit are good places for that. But AI is looking everywhere. So the same things you were doing for SEO are going to be working for AEO too. I hope I answered the question, Ron. Anything else, guys? Any other questions? That was a good question. And also, what is AEO? With all these, marketers, give marketing people an extra minute and they'll create another acronym for you. But definitely, AEO makes sense for us. And it helps with the transition from just blue links on a white page to, answers on Google, answers on ChatGPT, answers on Perplexity, on any of the different AI platforms. Any other questions, guys? I hope this was helpful. I know there's a lot to go through. I'm excited about the next events. Let me know if you have any questions about those. And if you have any ideas, please send them to me. I'll be happy to create events around any ideas you may have that could help others too. All right, guys. If you don't have any other questions, I'm going to let you go with a couple of minutes before 3 p.m. Eastern time. Have a great day. Have a great week. See you in a couple of weeks and sign up for those events. Okay. Take it easy. Have a good one.